Hello everyone, welcome back to Sisterhood Book Club, and today I will be discussing Big Girls Do Cry by Carl Weber. And if you want the summary of the back of the book, it's in my previous video, which is First Impressions. Okay, so this is an adult fiction book, and it do have some language in here that underage kids shouldn't be listening to, and I suggest you not read this book. And if you're tuning into this video, please log off. I'm going to give you 10 seconds before I start the review. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, welcome back. Now, today I will be reviewing this book. This is the second book to the companion book, Someone on the Side. But I did not read that book. I read this book because I knew about the first book. So this is a standalone book, and then next you have another book, which is a companion book. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you the review on this one, and then I'm waiting for my other copy to come, and then I'm going to give you a review on that one. But this book here was very good. All right, here we go. It's some wicked stuff going on in this book with the drama and mayhem. It's a page-turner. I'm going to start with Egypt, which is, right, see how the author has them labeled? I'm going to start with Egypt, Isis, and Rashawn. Now, Egypt and Isis is sisters, and Rashawn is the middle dude that had a relationship with Isis for 10 years. Now, Rashawn left and went out of town, and he came back, and another man was with Isis when he returned, and his name is Tony. Instead of Isis making up her mind, or I should say, choosing, she had the men fight it out. And Rashawn, yes, you heard me right, Rashawn got his ass kicked by Tony and sent on his way, right into the arms of Isis, sister Egypt. Now, Rashawn needed a shoulder to cry on, and Egypt gave him the pussy for comfort. You heard me right. So this is how it went down. Tony was a man that won Isis, but didn't disclose to Isis that he was a married man with kids. And when she finds out his little secret, she goes back to Rashawn to ask for forgiveness, to find the two of them in bed. In her back was a knife as she stood in the doorway. It was like someone was holding it in one spot, and it was just digging so deep until the blood just drained from her body. How are you doing? After her discovery, she had no choice but to go back to Tony and demand him to leave his marriage and kids. After all the pleading, demanding, calling his house, cell, and job, talking to his wife, telling her things that her and Tony had didn't work. You heard me, it did not work. All that she did not work. She took the other road and tried to kill herself. Tony bust down the bathroom door to find her unconscious. Tony felt guilty. The dog do have a conscience. He helped her get back on her feet, back stable, but still tells her that he can't leave his kids. You know, the same routine with the married men that mess around. Now, Egypt and Rashawn is married and is living in a mansion, and invites Isis to get a fresh start away from Tony and come stay with them. Rashawn is not for this, but Egypt is running and calling all the shots at their house. So Isis accepts and goes to live with them. Everyone, including her mother, is up in an uproar about this idea of Egypt. totally disagree with her invite. As the days and months goes on, right under Egypt's nose, ISIS is making advances at Rashawn. All those 10 years of feelings is once again resurfaced. Now reality has hit ISIS. All this should have been mine. That's what she's saying in her head. She's saying all this living right and he doing right by her. Now she's saying all this should be mine. You heard me right. But don't get it twisted. Egypt made it clear to both of them. I would kill the two of you if I ever walk up in this house and find you two fucking. Drama. Egypt is a tote-packing fool with the gun. Don't play. Shoot now, ask questions later. Just before Egypt gives ISIS a notice of her having to get on her own, in her own place, Egypt finds out that she can't give the one gift of life to Rashawn. So could this be the end of their marriage? What you say? This book is so good. Egypt is determined to save her marriage, so she goes to her BFF Tammy and asks her to be a surrogate for her. Tammy turns her down and mentions to her, ask your sister Isis. After thinking back on the day, Tammy asks Egypt back in the day to give Tammy's husband a birthday gift. A threesome. You heard me right, a threesome. Told you with some wicked stuff going on up in this book. Egypt just knew that Tammy was going to say, sure, I would do it. But that cold slap hit her in the face. But you owe me this, Tammy. Remember back in the day? She walks away with her tail between her legs and never looks back. Egypt goes home and sleeps on it for the night and wakes up with the courage to go forward with asking ISIS. Now, why would you ask this unstable person to do something like this? Because ISIS is very unstable. Egypt is just stupid and just thinking about her, just thinking of herself and how she can save her marriage. Once Egypt reveals her secret to ISIS, the bell starts to ring in ISIS' head. So you can give Rashawn one thing that I can't, but Isis is the crazy one. Sure, I'll help you out, sis. She can taste the sweetness of the revenge as Egypt sits there and explains how it's going to go down. Rashawn wasn't too keen on this at first, but Egypt convinced him that everything was going to go over so smoothly. Because she had that. She had everything under control. Egypt had everything under control. This is just part 1. I'm going to cut this video off, and I'm going to give you a part 2. Bye-bye.